Hello everybody, and welcome back. The party are on this boat. They were on their way north to Threshold when they got attacked by a group of bandits called the Scange. They boarded the boat, or they tried to, and they were beaten back quite resolutely. We did lose 2 crew members, and we now have some loot and a spare boat. Captain Scylla is going to take command of this spare boat. So we did begin with 10 crew members. We now have 8 of them. And 6 of them are going to move over to this boat, which means 2 of them plus our own team are going to have to control this boat. So we're going to go downstream a bit here to this clearing, and we will get as close to the riverbank as possible. We're not going to dump all the dead bodies into the river, as that will contaminate the river. So we will offload all the bodies of the bandits onto the riverbank to burn them in some kind of funeral pyre. The 2 dead crew members will be taken away on the new boat, and they will row downstream back to Riflian where they can get a proper burial. It's only a day away. Now that means we will have to take the boat and row ourselves upstream, but we have just been ambushed. Right, so let's get things done in order. Before we burn the bodies, we're going to loot them, and they will have some gold on them. Captain Rothgar was wearing plate mail armour, and that is a step up from the chainmail armour that Stephen currently has, so he will wear that. Unbeknownst to everybody at the minute, that is plate mail +1, so he has a dex bonus and a shield +1, so his melee AC drops to -1, and his ranged AC drops to 1. So we are going to burn these bodies. It's the middle of the night and it's currently a full moon. This does present us with a problem because clearly the people who ambushed us came from somewhere, and they will see the burning bodies even at night time through the trees, even with the full moon. Now it also means that this river is not safe as long as these Scange are around. So we know the boat came from here. So tomorrow morning, we're going to set off and we're going to try and find the camp that they came from. The situation is this. We have said goodbye to 1 boat and it is going all the way back to Riflian. Our party are on foot and they are walking along this side of the riverbank, looking for any indication of a berth for a boat, and across the river here they see what is clearly a muddy clearing with lots of footprints and posts tied up with rope. This is where you would secure a boat. And they can also see in the trees there is a sort of little path that seems to go northward. Now they hear something. They hear the call of a bird. I'm going to roll a dice for everyone, and if anyone rolls a 6, well, we'll see what they make of that. Yes, and it's Stephen who rolls a 6, and he says to the others that wasn't a real bird, that was a sign. And he is correct. The Scange are keeping watch for whoever lit the fire, and for the fact that their own captain and crew have not returned. Now this is the 11th of Yarthmont, it's the next day, and up ahead we see a bridge. Now we have 2 choices. We can either take the boat and row to this side, or we can cross the bridge and see what's in the woods here. I think we don't have time to go back, row the boat, and also when we're in the boat kind of vulnerable to archers. So we're going to make our way to this bridge, cross over, and sure enough we see a path, a well-worn path through these bits of wood, and another one to the east. We're going to take on the Scange camp. We're not going to get surprised, and thanks to Stephen, we're also warned about them, so there will be no surprise. In fact, I might do a move silently roll for Liz to go through the trees ahead a bit. And she throws a 16, so yes, that is a good roll. She's able to creep through the trees. I'll also see if she can do a hide roll, and she'll get a bonus for the trees giving a lot of cover. And she makes that successfully as well. Up ahead, she sees 4 ogres, 4 tough-looking bandits and 2 archers. We're going to prep with some spells, and we will do that out of earshot. So we're going to cast Striking on Carrick, we're going to cast Shield on Malin, we're going to cast Haste, and we're going to cast Bless. Right, I'm going to write all of them down because I will forget the Bless bonus. With all of that done, we have nothing to do but go in there and sort this out. So with Haste on us, we can scurry up. Do we get an initiative bonus for the haste? I'm going to say yes. It's not in the rules, but why not? We will get +2 onto our initiative for the haste. And we would have won initiative anyway. So the first thing is archery. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to say each square is around 10 feet. So these archers are 60 feet away. They are within short range bonus for Liz, because even though a short range is 50 feet for a short bow, she gets 10 onto that for her skill level. So she is going to fire 2 shots at these archers. Now these archers are level 3 thieves and they have 7 hit points each. She hits 1 and she does 3 points off it. She fires again. She hits another. They don't have a good AC. It's just 6. And she does enough damage to kill 1 archer. Stephen is going to start out with his short bow. He does not have a skilled bonus. So he's going to try and take out the other archer. And he gets no Thaco bonuses. I forgot Liz also gets the damage bonus for Bless. Told you I'd forget. Right, so that's 7. His range, Thaco is 16. He would fit AC 9. That's a miss. His second hit misses again. Spells. Okay, we're going to cast Sleep. Ogres are level 4, and I have made the Scange level 3. So that's 9. That's enough to put out 1 archer and 2 of the Scange. Now Carrick is going to move up and take on 2 ogres. He has striking and he has haste. So, yep. This is his attack rolls. Okay, well he misses badly with that one. He hits with that one and he does 7 plus 4 is 11, plus another 4 is 15, plus the Bless is 16. 1 ogre is down to 6 HP. Donard is going to try and do his best against this one. He has 2 attacks. And he hits with both. Now he does 10 plus 5 is 15, plus Bless on both of those is 17. The ogre on him is down to 5 HP. It's their turn. So we're going to have 3 attacks on each of our 2 front liners. Let us do the 2 ogres first. And we'll do the 2 ogres on Donard. Now that one misses. They have a Thaco of 16. They need a 17 to hit him. And I'll do the 2 ogres on Carrick. Both of them hit, and they do plus 2 damage, so that's 8 plus 4 is 12. He's down to 19. And then I will do the 2 Scange warriors. That one misses Donard. That one misses Carrick. Round number 2. We don't get a haste bonus on this round. And they get initiative, so I will do all of that again. I will do the 2 ogres on Donard. Both miss. I'll do the 2 ogres on Carrick. Both miss. I will do Scange. That's a miss on Donard. That's a miss on Carrick. Argo. Liz and Stephen are going to shoot. Liz is going to shoot that one. Stephen is going to shoot that ogre. So I'll do Liz with her 2 attacks. Her missile Thaco is 14. She gets a +1 for short range and +1 for the blast. That's in effect an 11. She hits AC 6. That one is in effect a 9. She hits AC 6 with that one. Each dice does 5, +2 for skill, +1 for bless is 8. That's 16. She wipes out one of the Scanges, which is on Donard. They have 14 HP. Can Stephen do just as well? And yes, well, he hits twice, and he does 3 damage, +2 for bless is 5. So this ogre is down to 17. Let's do melee, and let's do Carrick. I'll do him on the ogre that has 6 hit points left. And he hits, and yes, he does enough to kill that ogre. He can turn around and attack this one. He hits the AC, and he does 2 + 4 + 6 is 10, plus a bless on each of those is 12. That ogre is down to 5. What can Donard do with his 2 attacks? He's going to attack the ogre that's on him with 5 HP. And he hits and kills it. Then he's going to turn and attack the second ogre. Oh god, yeah. Maybe he turned a bit too fast. I think that's a sign of dizziness there. Right, so it's round number 3. Let's see who gets initiative. We get initiative. Right, can Liz take out this ogre? It's got 22 hit points. Well, she hits with that one and does 8. She does 8 damage. So it's down to 14. Can Stephen destroy this ogre, which only has 5 hit points left? And the answer to that question is yes. So it is our melee round, and let us do Donard with these dice on this ogre, which has 14 hit points. And that is enough to take 11 off it, so it is down to 3. He fumbles badly with that one. What about Carrick on the Scange? Haste and striking. Well, he hits with the orange dice. At least. He does 5 + 6 is 11, plus 1 for the bless is 12, so it's down to 2 HP. And does he hit with this dice? His melee Thaco was 11, and with bless he throws a 6, so that hits AC 5. They have AC 6, so yes, that's more than enough damage to kill this one. There is one ogre left. Right, now let's do a morale check for it. Its morale holds up, and it is on Donard. And it misses. So we're on round number 4. And that ogre gets initiative again. And it misses again. I will do Liz on it, poor thing. It only has 3 hit points left. And it, okay, she kills it with that shot. Now I'm going to say the green dice was her second shot, because we normally use the orange dice for the good guys. So she hits Donard in the back of the head for 6 points. Or actually for 8 points, because she gets a +2 bonus. Can he mitigate that to 4 with a saving throw versus paralysis, which is a 12 or more? Yes, so that ogre is dead. We have 3 sleeping bandits. We have to work out what we're going to do with them. Should we kill them, tie them up, put them on a boat and send them back to Riflian for interrogation? Right, we're going to have to work out what to do with these bandits, and then we will loot the camp. The party have decided what they're going to do. They're going to tie these prisoners up quite securely. There's more than enough equipment, rope and the like, including chains, in this camp to do that with. And after that, they're going to bring them to the second boat that we have, which is going back to Riflean to face justice. I have talked in the past about a version of frontier justice, which is a bit more retribution than anything, because yes, there are some places we have been to which have been quite remote, but Riflean seems to have some kind of, well, civic structure. We're also going to loot a camp, and it's pretty obvious which tent belonged to Captain Rothgar. It's the largest one, which must be that one. Right. And in his tent is a cask of fine brandy. All sailors love a drink, and our party do too, so we're going to take that. We won't be selling it. There are over 200 arrows with these black feathered flights on them, which we saw on the body in the river. There's a potion of heroism. There is a locked chest. What's Liz's open lock? 45. And she throws a 17. Yep, she's had some good thieving rolls this session. And we open the chest. Inside is 5,000 gold pieces. So yet again, a lot more cash and a nice XP boost. Poor Sylvia misses out on that one. One other piece of important loot is that Rothgar has a horse. He's got a war horse. We have been using riding horses so far. There is no reason to believe that the horse is so loyal to Rothgar that it joined in the fight. In fact, it is tethered. Stephen is a horse trader, and he knows just how valuable that horse will be, especially in our journey going forward. So we're going to take that horse and we're going to put it on the boat that's taking us to Threshold. And it's at this point that Malin remembers we have a pony called Mavis in Kelvin. Right, well, we've got enough money to get her shipped by road and river up to Threshold, and we will be in Threshold for a couple of weeks. So yes, we might get Mavis the pony sent to us. Now we're going to interrogate these prisoners because it's quite obvious from the way the attack took place. The boat came round the corner just as we were coming up the river. That was a planned ambush. That wasn't coincidence. And we name and describe all the people that we have come across or that we know of, and that includes Golthar, who they don't know, and we describe a striking woman with dark hair, and they know her. These are not the Iron Ring, and they are not the Hounds. These are not fanatics. These are opportunists, outlaws living in a camp. So we get the information out of them, and they do play the role of the reluctant, surly captives. But they're also looking at each other as though something is up. They seem to have sort of be in agreement to tell us what they know, which isn't much. Right, so we're going to march this lot out of the camp. They are tied and chained as we leave the camp. We suddenly realise why these three captives weren't that concerned about being threatened with being taken to Riflean, because their rescue is on the way. 4 more ogres, 2 more bandits, and another archer appear along the trail, which is the exit to this camp. All the spells that we had, Bless, Striking, Haste, and Shield, have worn off. So this might be a very different fight. Neither party were expecting each other. So let's roll for surprise. And we get surprise. Okay, that isn't quite as good as all the buff spells, but a surprise is an extremely valuable thing. So we're going to do archery, and it's not quite clear because this trail is through the bushes that there are 3 humans walking behind these larger ogres. So we will attack the first 2 ogres. These 3 shout out, "Oi, help us!" And there's going to be some move to try and rescue this lot. So we have 2 archers. I'll do Liz on this ogre. and she hits well, and she does 5 points. I'll do Stephen on this one. Well, he gets a short range bonus and a dex bonus, so that's a 13. Ranged, that go is 16, so that hits the AC 5, and he does 5 points off the other one, also at 17. Carrick and Donard are going to move up. Donard hits, and he does 9 points. That ogre is down to 8. And Carrick, oh god. Well, he hits AC 5. They have AC 5, and he does 9 points, and that one is down to 8. Spells, and Malin is going to cast invisibility on himself. I did forget, god damn it, I do forget things, that we will have used both of our staffs of healing on Carrick. Ah yes, and he's back up to his max of 31, so that would have happened when we were searching the camp. So it's round number 1. And they get initiative. So the ogres are going to move up here. And these guys are going to make it through the trees to untie this lot. So I'm going to have 2 ogres on each of Donard and Carrick. Well, those 2 ogres hit Donard. Each ogre does 1d6 plus 2, so that's 8 plus 4. That's 12 points. He's down to 26. And the 2 on Carrick. 1 hits him for 3 points. He's down to 28. Now these guys are trying to make it through these branches. That's slow going. Argo. Now Malin is invisible. He's going to move up to here. Liz and Stephen are still going to try and shoot. Liz misses. Stephen hits and does 6 damage onto the ogre that's on Donard. That is down to 1 HP. Our melee round. Can Donard defend? And indeed he can. And he wipes out one of these ogres. What about Carrick? There's one on him. That has 8 HP. And he hits, and it has 3 HP. Okay, so that was round number 1. Round number 2. We get initiative. Stephen is going to shoot. And he hits, and he takes 2 points off that ogre. It's at 20. Liz is going to try and shoot one of the ones on Carrick. She hits AC 6. That's a miss. Malin is moving up, and he's got to about here. He is invisible. Let's see what Donard can do. He can hit AC 5, and he does 6 points. It's down to 14. And Carrick can kill one of the ogres on him. It's their turn, and these boys have moved up to here, and they're going to start to untie the ropes on their comrades. And this guy's going to take a shot at Liz. That's a miss. So we've got 2 ogres. The one on Donard misses. The one on Carrick misses. So round number 3. They get initiative. So in this round, they will have untied at least 2 of their friends. So that's 2 more scange. Liz is still on archery. She's going to try and take out this archer which tried to shoot her. And she hits for 3 points. He's got 4 left. Stephen is going to switch to melee because he's rather shocked at what's happening. Donard. Well, he misses. Carrick. He hits and does an almighty 16. The ogre on him is at 6 HP. I'll do the ogre's turns. Right, the one on Donard misses. The one on Carrick misses. Right, so it's round number 4. And it's mutual. Right, we've got archery first. I'll do their archer on Liz, who misses. I'll do Liz returning fire. And she hits and kills him. He's gone. I'll do spells. Now Malin is invisible. He is going to walk up there and he is going to cast web. So these guys are caught. It's melee. Now Stephen was in the act of attacking this lot and he isn't really in a position to change. That was his declaration. Well, he hits and does 2 points off one. I'll do Donard and Carrick's melee. Donard hits and takes 7 points off that ogre. Carrick hits, oh look at that, and kills the ogre that's on him. But this was a mutual attack, so that ogre has a chance to fight back. And indeed it does, and it does another 3 points off him. He's down to 25, but he's dead. And the one on Donard misses him, so it's round number 5. And we get initiative. These people are held in the web. We're taking these people prisoners. Stephen is going to move up here, but we've got 3 guys on this one ogre. And it has 7 HP left. And Donard takes down to 1 HP. And Carrick is able to hit it, and that's more than enough to kill. Malin has used up all his spells, and this web is still going to be there, webbing away for a bit. Now we have the choice of putting a torch to it to teach these guys a bit of a lesson and maybe subdue them a bit. This one is still tied up. He's outside the web. The web has only got a 10-foot radius. So if we were to burn them, it would do 1d6 points of damage. And that might teach them a lesson, but it wouldn't kill them. Nah, that's unnecessary. Okay, so I'm going to leave this session here as the party just sit and watch for this web to run its course. And then we will tie up these Skange bandits again. We will take them to the boat, which was their own boat, and it's come back to Riflane. So we'll see you next time. Okay.